conversations with the Babylonian king. So this should be 585 BC, Nebuchadnezzar. Daniel, by line 16, has a new name, Belshazzar. I don't know where he got that name. Belshazzar seems to be a later Babylonian king or emperor. In any case, he's now Belshazzar. And he keeps talking to the king. He's at the court. One important note here, line 20, I think we mentioned it last time, a watcher. You see it, line 20 of chapter 4, do you have it? He's speaking about a watcher. There's literature of this period picks up on the idea of watchers. The watchers are something of what maybe you'd now call fallen angels. Some of them haven't fallen yet, but in Christian thought you might call them fallen angels. Books like apocryphal books that didn't get into the Bible but are found among the Dead Sea Scrolls like Enoch speak about the watchers. We have a watcher literature among the Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't emphasize it much. I'm just noting it to you. Here is the first mention of watchers. So this is the new literature we're talking about, this new apocalyptic literature. So there we have watchers. The Holy One coming down from heaven and saying, you see, so they are like angels or holy ones. They're not bad. Anyway, some more intercourse with Belshazzar, chapter 5. Now, with Nebuchadnezzar, chapter 4. Suddenly in chapter 5, it's Belshazzar. I don't know who these people are, what their dates are. I'm not sure the author of Daniel knows who they are. This Daniel just extends. He starts in Jeremiah in the 600s, and now he's down into the 500s. This is a new king called Belshazzar. How he differs from Belteshazzar, who once again were mentioned in line 12. The king had renamed Daniel Belteshazzar. How that differs from Belshazzar, I have no idea. And I'm not even going to try to figure it out because I don't think the literature is worth worrying too much about since it's not really very interesting. But you can read it for yourself and satisfy yourself what it's talking about. The end of that particular episode, line 30 of chapter 5, Belshazzar is a Chaldean king or a Babylonian king, and he's murdered. And in 6:1, Darius appears. So that's a third king that Daniel extends through. I don't know how many kings there were in Babylon before the Persians came. But this is not even a Persian now. This is a Mede. And I don't know if this is Darius of the Persians, or remember the Medes and the Persians were considered to be associated peoples. Both of them come from northern Persia, northern Iraq there, and points further east, points that maybe George Bush is going to be bombing soon or something. I don't know. I have no idea what's coming, but that's the area. I think the Medes are a pretty mountainous group because the mountains are very heavy duty there between Iraq and Persia, and then things smooth out more like Arizona. There's mountains all around, but I got some poems in that book about those areas where I'm driving through those areas, talking about what they're like. They smooth out there, and there's flat areas too, so it's not all mountains, but it's more like driving through Arizona where you see the mountains in the distance everywhere. So it's going across the Persian desert for 500,000 miles or 700 miles. It's like that. It's like going across Arizona. Very beautiful colors like Arizona too, by the way. But I don't think these people are going to be getting industrialized anytime soon, frankly. But anyway, doesn't mean they can't buy atom bombs from someone. So this Darius, I don't think is the famous Darius, the one who succeeds Cyrus. Probably it's someone that the book of Daniel knows about that we don't know about, a king of the Persian, of the Medes called Darius. In any case, it doesn't really matter. There's some interface with Darius. Notice a nice little point here, line 10 or 11. Daniel prays towards Jerusalem 3 times each day. And you know, that's what Muslims originally did. They prayed towards Jerusalem 3 times each day. And in Surah 2 of the Quran, a very late surah, Muhammad changes that because he's in Medina and he wants to switch it around to an Arabian religion, and he has Muslims then praying 5 times a day towards Mecca. He says that I'm going to change the direction of prayer. How many have done Islam and know that he actually says that in Surah? I'm going to change the prayer direction. Well, yeah, just like Daniel did 1,000 years before him, his followers were praying towards Jerusalem 3 times a day. And Jews still, in theory, pray towards Jerusalem 3 times a day. Some Jews do, a minority, I think. In fact, I've met very few who do. So maybe 10%. Muslims really do this kind of thing. I mean, you'll see them getting a prayer rug out and going at it everywhere they happen to be. They're much more zealous. Being a younger religion, I guess, people get more zealous for those things. Okay, line 26, King Darius wrote to the men of all nations, peace be on you all. I decree in every empire under my kingdom should tremble. I don't know why, what happened here, how he helped Darius get through some problems. Let all fear the God of Daniel. This is a very pro-national Jewish book, interesting. He is the living God. He endures forever. His sovereignty will never be destroyed. His kingship will never end. He saves, sets free, works signs and wonders. That's where the New Testament has Jesus working signs and wonders. He works signs and wonders. There'll be signs and wonders in the War Scroll from the Dead Sea Scrolls too, but the signs and wonders in the War Scroll are the mighty battles God wins on behalf of his people. The signs and wonders in the Gospel are the curings, raisings, and exorcisms that Jesus does. These are the mighty works and wonders that he does, that Chorazin and Bethsaida, which should have believed a long time ago if they had understood the significance of these curings, raisings, and exorcisms. So that's another switch as we move down in time into a more Hellenistic